OKFM 101.7.
Chiapema bransa medukata wire enkroma chenchenku a watwen nabeku age oman eyinti kwame kasa enkroma kasa.
Lawyer Godwin Edudzie Tamakloe aid dima former President Mahama where sikasemu pade hunfo or private legal practitioner. Memo watching law.
Kwame, I think 2023, the first time I know they meet and come on. It's a medial strong and mouth of the Japan. So, anyway, cheerful now, Kwame.
You Joseph. Now, I as I wouldn't wear Chika Krama.
But Yana.
Fiddy. We, my main phone free and come off for and son of Dwabadi, ye be discussing so. And Ra, you will say police for at the Krataba Bontain said Dr. Patrick Sidu. Maybe as a police for at the Dubonnet Ashe ne Kemu ostensibly now one person almost gin bear 20,000 or free in your sojani, blah 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 blah. What's somebody?
101.7.
Nah. I no pay the Matian say. What's the first one? Check. One particular say do I say Uber driver. In the account and he said on yet doctor the Uber driver. Now at the end of kind a figment of his own or the buyer. He is in police custody. And no ever. So story no has been discounted by the police. Now, sad ye say police for share war na one my la de boot na ba ko na wo kasa na ba ko de bibia hyemu ebito as a lawyer. Na mama ntie wo de no said ye sitie because as some way we want to cure it once and for all as a nation. It won't say be at this one could not be true, but and for experience ni bebre mama ntie.
Okay, so Kwame, maybe the other year personal, there's a story I might share on the Facebook timeline. But you see, I think said the essay in Nairobi said, to be friend who police near, the public is supposed to trust you. Into Ghana police, or Momoto, a service with integrity. Service with integrity. Then see the very day I asked the Wako police training depot, I asked that Edu will go through training, you know. Now started imbibing it you. Say your motto service with integrity. Now you know, so for your police near. The first thing I ever why dream a person you can trust, like a savior. Be a wabase or babe or babe ball who buying. You know, save you. And Robert, Eba with fear. So, our neighbors, Krana, the first person you want to call is the nearby police. And Sakrate Bia, Obeton Sakre, our neighbors. You know, the relationship between the civilian and the police officer is supposed to be one based on purely trust. Now, you organization be our the over rogue element. We say I did no, but also many differently. Into there have been instances of so you say a chief police may be involved in robbery. You say a chief police may be involved in one crime or the other. So clearly, what me can say, the Ghana police is without problem. But the majority of police officers that I have interacted with are serious professionals and take their work seriously. Honestly, me will be for a day audio ye and mommy. But for some interesting reason, me hear audio no any the diction and the grammar of this person are also a medical doctor. No? I became a bit suspicious. So it may just be an exaggeration or like what kind, a figment of somebody's imagination. But when we say imagination per se, and yet offense. But there is a limit to which you can imagine. If what means now, save you, now in your imagination, why imagine Christ say, oh, landing now? Will be any uniasem. Which means now say, I imagine say, who will Dubai have a holiday? Will be any uniasem. But immediately your imagination moves from an imagination into recordable devices. Then you have moved from imagination to taking a positive step towards that imagination. And in this case, no, if they said Patrick Asiedu and Asania or Uber driver, say the imagination no can be no problem. But once I want the actual recordable device, I was starting to take a positive step, as it were, to spread it. And in the audio, encourage other people to spread it. Move yourself into a different arena. And in some instances, one year, now we need the criminal laws of this country. Because one of the criminal laws, the use of spreading information to cause fear and panic. In the sense that, so be as to say, this is what the Ghana police, among other things. Honor Ubemu said, no. If the police can go this low, it can destroy public trust and confidence in the entire service. Into Sebio, I became alarmed. I don't know the motivation. Possibly, that Obama Timemufo, I get alert. And maybe if I said it was 77, call Abia the big hotels, conference, be an who do May entrance now. Security men or more, on my basso, on my bed check, boots and account. You have been on your bed now, near many panel for a day, acquire search, no about back. Nobody knows the person. The same mind now, your computer, that same mind can do very disgusting. It may be an or a letter Ghana for. Say, would you be near boss searcher? See, what can you? Na ebia woni nipa no entiminya bebi obekubia na udibechi until so obeka say you are cleared, you can go. The point in it is Oko Abrochia. This is where the difference comes. Oko Abrochia, police officers have a body camera fixed on their breast or breast pocket. That's what I mean. If you or yes said no record it. So the opportunity for that person to plan something is greatly limited.
Ayi mame ma ayi baako me call Australia.
Okay.
Na me fa South Africa.
That's about 23 hours journey.
Yes. Ayi nka ho. Sabia obetwen wa me twen transit in me twen South Africa be 14 hours. Me could do Perth.
That's about a day journey.
2 days.
Okay.
Now me could do Perth no. For whatever reason. And I almost remember. Me call wo mo search, wo mo je me passport, wo mo je me credit cards, wo mo je me wallet. And one sa ko yi me luggage na ewo ayinum me fan come flight me dey call cabin no one ko yi ni nyina e buy afei FG ataribia baku. Then I insisted. Say, whatever they want to do. As I said,
Yes.
And also, okay.
Meanwhile, you could have said so with them because now, baby.
Daddy, Mantra, Mijino. And now, yeah, I feel what some say. Adena Entarian baby, I am monosanum, so why? Australian.
When we say, Hana near one or every year, you enter the family, the two junior, and the what him say? We none was say me mum on password. Then I gave them my password to the phone. Passport ni na woman di ko say inside dem ko and you know Grandma, usually you know the biggest thing they look for when they ask for that password.
Debbie.
Child pornographic materials.
Oh, media.
Minute. But
no.
People must always be on alert on some of these issues.
Okay.
Anytime at the airport, you can say you're due phone because you know people now trade in child pornographic material. Maybe on a very developing country, poor country, they look for very vulnerable children, record them for trading dark.
Okay.
Social media platforms. They trade in those pornographic materials. Okay. They say airports now have been activated. There's a high likelihood of who you are and others. On the job, your phone, your password, to look through your digital galleries to be sure that don't have child pornographic materials on it.
And how many call inside no how change? How buy no? Baby, how many make time because they are 13 hours from South Africa to Perth. And now you say what the me say I'm clear to go. If you almost cry na sa share boy mama share me near money na
and you're interested to know, so there's video recording of it.
Catch me.
Oh, yeah, there's video recording of each one of these. If there's a trial involving you, usually you'll be a friend of discoveries. It's the first thing you demand as lawyer representing the person, and they say, you want to have the body cam evidence. And no search, no. It's the first thing I'll be bizarre. Just to ensure that the integrity of the search is intact.
Okay.
If there's any missing link in the search now, that can even be enough grounds for you to object to the tendering of that particular body cam video recording. It's a big warning. Who need that imagination moving from your brain or your mind onto a recordable platform. So we can recordable writing, voice, audio, video, and it's purely your imagination, but with the potential to cause fear and panic. You'll be invariably be committing an offense. Now,
it will interest you to know, say, when him say Facebook said you first so ye live minimum.
And you might be all winning me a cry.
And I don't want to learn.
Yeah.
It like TikTok, and I be crying about se be ana. Once you was you post to be now. I don't want people and now my grantee interview. Na interview no twa ha no kan hasi anu na aka wasem se.
Minya madam for minyonko pa Raphael baby o bi abia o tie ono nkwa na o Snapchat. Do yo ono nkwa na di. Edi
ebeye din minye na me phone any recording me mpese me record obia.
So you see, it takes you away from some trouble. You know, once I was growing, my late father, I said, yeah, no, can I say, as for your pillow, it can never look for trouble for you. Your pillow can never look for trouble for you. If you said you, who's saying, I see at you be Bonnie awareness or what that. You see that. So who be fair or the other?
Why? But young trunk commission. Now, the narrative no said the AC corner and runs to me be a mount. Minyan Crawford, Wamuswaka say, yes, and no police in Ibi a frame privately. Now, all can say, no, and Crawford be yen. No, I'm no. Almost a police in homes or me, sorry. Say no crash, say no credit, minimum.
The most important thing is that America state piano, and so now also. Joshua, with the foot will be by said you, not now can Munkua. Today, yeah, follow the officer who is doing the search. We know mouth clearance now, not why then. You see, okay, now a branch you do or Mamuha. Your friend or the unfair Jamna or something.
Yeah, I'm a Jamna, they're not taking that's a Jamna.
Okay, say he had an issue. So
yeah, he was incarcerated in prison in London.
And eventually acquitted and discharged.
Sure.
okayfm.
And you know what saved him?
Debut.
The fingerprints. The fingerprint on the said substance could not match that of him. I mean, or like his.
Ow!
And that's what eventually got him out. Because the fingerprint impression was not contaminated. It's only a forensics, no. Then it turned out, say, he couldn't have been the person who put the substance wherever it was. What do you say? And so the difference here, he didn't know anything about it, no, was more believable. So when you begin, so the occasion when you begin our fingerprint, that's why it's a different thing altogether.
Now, they are not mostly no, I say, well, we are, you see, Kofona, we are son. It's a leg, say, or some. It's not one somewhere, not one more brim.
So in this particular instance, what was manifest, let me say, one, the fingerprint impression was not contaminated. Two, it should say, again, the fingerprint. So it basically shattered whatever the prosecution wanted to say, as it were, against him. So the media may use it with videos. So you say platform is to inform and educate. Mestre, you're taking their personal security a bit more serious. One will say, all over the world, security breaches happen when you are relaxed. Now, dear, we are no routine piano. You are most likely going to relax on it. But you know, with your platform, the police needs to obey your searcher. Get out of the comfort of your car and move around with him. If we know more clearance, come back, sit in your car and move on. It will save you a lot of headache. Unfortunately, this particular way, it has turned out preliminary, possibly it may serve a certain public interest or good by way of letting people to be alert. But that's not how you do it. You can say, oh, by way of public information, I want to share this information. Whenever you want to do. But when you make it look personal, I say, idea or narrating a personal experience.
The ordeal he went through.
look at how he placed a call to his brother in the military. His brother came and all those things, they went to Nakop. And no money didn't kick. What I say? They went here, all this.
He may be a very good script writer.
In fact, aside everything, I think that for whatever things we decide to do with him, we are movie director bina aja foundation and stuff. Or very creative in terms of the but that imagination way beyond acceptable limits.
Na mama me ngomo so e.
Yo.
Anopa ni mani abere kakra.
Yeah, and I'm in you.
Aha. Na mama mfa mfiri nkomo yi mu sei. Se wo oman ho akere no a mi sika a me de beto ho me de beto bond me de ba aban bosia bibi is senate for no ne they are enjoined by law to invest in bonds government bonds zero risk na individual me de aba beto me de ba aban bosia se nsi ho no fabra bebre wa ho ye pensioners enu na wo mu use to nro the hospital the yesay the hwe wo mu ma no kra na wo ye pension babies no ade wo say there be ensi ho no me mfa ma wo me fancy ho no ma wo no fa me capital no ma me anso so wunya wo ba gi ametew ehin ne kasa asem wo ye as a result of wo Eniema bia wa ya amwa.
Welcome. When in the
Debbie.
You see, anytime car issues about economy, a binum I take a position so where the and family who. Well, it is this and family who and can be coached when the idea be do something pensue. Welcome. 3 years so consistently. Ya kase nipa ba ku bia nana do danko Akufo-Addo ako asitwe are pointing on for whatever reason obese mai no ya kasa se wenyina ba oka ni nuanom a wo kra enso mo ne yan ya adwen kra no omo se ya man no se
from the look of things is the man operating in solo so no be anwene ho
that be a teamwork about me as the chair
but his virtual silence no leaves much to be desired.
Exactly. You see that committee you are the chair of an economic management team. Economic policies come from the committee now or chair. So no committee now a decision is taken. As the chairman of that committee, you don't even have a casting vote. Decisions possibly may be taken by majority decisions. If it becomes clear, say, as the chair of that committee, this particular policy proposal, what do you do? First of all, the chair of the economic management team is not statutory. Because it's not statutory, it's not established by an act of parliament. It is also not established by the constitution. A conventional, say, vice president, over that the economic management team. But as the vice president, say the way economy no kono. Jane said the policy choices does not reflect your understanding now. On principle, you go to the president and say, Mr. President, thanks for the opportunity that you've given me to head the economic management team. As we speak, economic policies are here pursuing. It does not reflect what I think in principle, or that's my understanding. So, Mr. President, I want you to get Nana Yosafmafo to chair the economic management team. Once I concentrate on my work as vice president.
Okay, guys, what can sound?
Yes, on principle. If not, you take ultimate responsibility as the head of that committee.
Now, me say yes, Sadia no crown. It's not by birth of the constitution, but it's a conventional thing.
It's not even statutory.
Yeah, sure.
It's conventional. Okay, it's just by way of practice. So if you are the chair, not policy, it does not reflect you. What do you do? But you see, it is not possible for Banya today to say, the current state of the economy, and I will explain why. When we say American Ofori Atta, a finance minister, the first year 2017, Okaya Okodi, Sabushi every 2.25 billion. Okay.
Sure.
Franklin template in Chicago. Good. And so why? The next year, or this time around, Okodi bond market, that's 2018.
OKFM 10.
The next year, 2019, Okaya, or your party, our Ministry of Finance. In some manner, say, finally, Babia as the chair of the economic management team, they have gotten Ghana out of the IMF. So,
Annie.
Good. Do you know the reason why they claim that they've gotten Ghana out of the IMF? They have now moved into the Eurobond market. So they were doing $2 billion annually from Eurobond in Kwara. So they'll go for not less than 2 billion. And you know what they were using the 2 billion to do?
Daddy.
Not only using that $2 billion annually to show up the city. And you know, dollars not bad. It goes to Bank of Ghana. And it raises up your reserve just to provide an artificial strength for the city. That was what Ofori Atta was doing. And these decisions were decisions taken at the level of the economic management team by Dr. Mahmoud Ba.
No, Mami Musa question we. Meaning Bank of Ghana, when it comes to some regulatory measures, security agents, security exchange commission, bond no. Adena, Doctor and
no, because you see, Eurobond like this was Eurobond. I have
Eurobond.
I'm giving you example.
Okay.
When we say SEC, BOG. SEC, for instance, is just a regulator of the securities market. Who can trade and what they can trade in, and the practice for the trade. And no one will regulate it. But how much, for instance, a binding here this year from treasury bills, that does not determine that. Look at the public financial management regulation. And yet the finance ministry headed by Ofori Atta in taking that decision. But those decisions are discussed at the level of the economic management team before it becomes
in this level, BOG or anything.
BOG clad and Royal Limited. Only the rule you say one, the Bank of Ghana, as established by the 1992 Constitution and the Bank of Ghana Act, and the Bank Specialized Deposit Taking Institutions Act at 930. Bank of Ghana, the principal role is to work on monetary policy. But what I say?
Did you?
Okay.
So BOG strictly, does not even determine how much bonds government of Ghana must borrow in a year. But what I say? They don't know that determination.
Now, my Musa question we na because a tier 40 pa. Me Mako Bank B, Bank A, Bank B, Bank C. And Makoto bond ewo. Banks ni bi okra na enye banka e free emam. Na matese finance minister abeka se across board. Say what bond be any financial institution be this is what should happen to the type of bond that you hold. It's me, Masa.
So that I mean, this is an issue.
Anna, my patron, I mean, say, Mako.
That's what I mean. Before probably this question, remember, you put things in perspective.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. The reason why we are where we are today, and then say, the total revenue as a government or as a country annually, it's not enough for us to use it to pay or service our debt. But what I say, it's not enough. Let's look at 2022. 2022, a bicycle on your by way of cash now 75 billion Ghana. The whole year, 75 billion Ghana. But that one wouldn't say, as of September this year, last year, now a buyer spending 105 billion Ghana to be that.
Yeah, a car of a way. Send you a buying what capital projects be all year. It was spending, sir. Scanning and spending the year, my dear or dear.
No, but you see, I say, who needs to come, but you spend the message of the who needs. And now, the upper banner is there. At the end of the day, as you drop Bosiana or a canal or it's in the bedroom and one year this car. I had this guy. And you must sign it onto this IMF too. And IMF said, I didn't see our banner in and said, Brother Miguelino, I didn't see our banner as IMF minister. What person will read them? What is the tell which Yama will read them nowadays? They can open $3 billion. And that $3 billion, no problem. Open 30 canning now at the go. I'm not your Mahama over now. 2015, or call IMF. Okay, yeah. Yes, but the IMF $900 million. By the time I invest power, now IMF 900 million, thereby a little over $300 million. The rest of the money, wouldn't you say it came under Akufo-Addo as president? So that. But this time around, can Ofori Atta almost say, IMF no pay on focus. The IMF not finished with more than $3 billion now. They should front load everything to them now.
Sikano, one time in our farm almost say, yeah. And no, Nebro for ye,
exactly. The Fiscal and then, IMF, okay. Don't worry. You can't be a member state. But the Fiscal of the Moa, the person you, wouldn't ticket here because all treasury bills. Wouldn't multilateral agencies because if they are for you wouldn't bond holders because if they are for the Dutching bond or Esla bond. If you're pursuing who answer your mouth, Teku announcement one. And I'll say, okay. The company the FM of debt sustainability analysis. Every your debt to GDP ratio, what part? The 100% threshold. And yes, that year, you know what? I want to restructure your debt. There are three things. Military, auditory, economic, and the University of Ghana. Now, Professor Eric Ortez. As a man that they all candidate to restructure debt, there are three things that don't have a can. The principal, the interest, and the tenor. You can't tenor now. And why am I also the big gas? And we are 4 years, 5 years, 6 years. No, I come back to the creditors. 4 years, yeah, what your money. And your idea makes me higher than extra salary in 4 years. Until the man is 6 years, make it easier. And now, okay, interest rates are easier, 80%. You be people, it's also okay. Instead of 10, the remember of 20%. And now, most of the are free people are now in the amount. 10,000. It's too much for me. So, Mr. If you make just 7,000 every month, by so doing, you have reached transfer the debt. But you see, the basic principle with money matters. Time
101.7.
is money. And money is cash. In the sense is that the time value of money until you have interest. So they are buying, as you are buying now, and they say, Timambu Boy, you know, my borrow to come recklessly. We will be a minute to come at the idea. That's what I'm a canon, so maybe. This is a share graduate, means me here than things that. Now let's get something straight. Okay, I can't want to so. Here what they have no. Yeah.
I ain't here.
Because at that time, my telephone who said there were managed 2 British companies here. Almost all my boy are buying Bosnia previously from Nkrumah version of America. When I jump on here, say, look, you these British companies, I will even pay you. What are they? And then you say no, more like repudiation of a debt. Means yeah. But this one, it's not a case of means yeah. Means yeah. We need to can now. So officially, no, what just you say you are bankrupt. We'll say it before. It's an also okay. But because a bond or treasury bill a year contractual, before you can say which means yeah no. I just say only pana within the canal for nothing. But the approach I can Ofori Atta adopt in the say, on what's not the baby in any advice. Any bound, yeah, and another Sanko Kupado, Sanko for me, say, on what's nothing. You know, my take a decision there. When you be individual bondholder, yes, yeah. Initially, almost a pensioners, Musika investing in for pension. Through trustees, yes, yeah. Small group. And the bank, because back when you say, banks no money car. Sika na money the top treasury bills so instead so the bema won me loan no. Because of the traditional notion there, I'm buying treasury bills a risk free, you know. Obia the Nisika echo to treasury bills and you are buying bonds. It is banks, no, OSHA analysis now. They are overexposed to government bonds and securities by 33%. The highest. That's why what you say, me no can say. Yeah, can say this. Yeah, there's a big job banking sector crisis coming up. Who do that?
And no, any say.
And it's all caused by that about.
101.7.
And then they said, most of the banks for more income, you know, they acquire treasury bills.
Nti chese ebegu bank no kura because also farmer wo
a big bank no it do say yeah 2 days ago association of bankers in Ghana aka say they will not allow or they will not agree to the domestic debt estate. So what is they issue the statement because analysis what we say if they agree to this particular domestic exchange program, that's why do you know say more than 60% of the banks in this country will not have the 10% capital adequacy ratio. When was that?
Yes, they will not.
They will not. And so if you cannot meet your minimum capital adequacy
And no kwame yade bi that they will lose like more than 88% of the coupon rate. Yeah.
That family, do you know how that is? That's almost 16 billion Ghana cedis. 16 billion Ghana cedis. And at that family, put him there.
Say Mami Musa question yi. Senkamu na muwa bemu. Then you are faced with these.
You say, Bapami, I'm happy you brought this issue up.
How would you,
see,
you know?
Yes, I'm very happy you brought the issue up. When we say, I'm not near what bemu. The banks came complaining. Say, now, previous government, the FN subsidies, any the FN under the recovery within the energy sector. Inti omubaye na omubeka say John Mahama. I think those things now the Stanbic Bank MD Alasan Adani. No na di omani. Ino mu ko hu John Mahama, ino mu hu se tepe. Ino mu so impenifo e kana banks now provide guarantee to inconform de crude oil, refined petrol, any can they back. If you cannot million as banks. If you wouldn't be a John Mahama, or first a separate, no friendly advisor. No, so the banks are complaining. What solution do we have? No, I'm joking. Young Kotu, the FNO, Energy Sector Levies Act, ESLA. Now, Sebio, you 20 pesos, 30 pesos, 40 pesos. And so, petrol products, DI, you beton, a woman,
okayfm.
You know, before at that time, Momo can say a nuisance taxes into Omoba on the year before. So, energy sector levies, we know. By the time I John Mahama be here, money. Now, this is in excess of 600 million Ghana cedis. Because it provided an income stream. Now, only be a buyer. And run another Danko Kufa do be a man penino. Only be a look, Nana say your mind. Yami yapa papa. Only say immediately obey a man penny. Sika yedia towards the infant bisono. And now what could use the Eslamo to now go and take a fresh loan.
By say a common de wa Emma watch him to tone the trade
and they said Okoboka the end they say Sunchia. Is that the way response and they could go what I say? Who predecessor and who said no. This is what you do. Now, wouldn't be Osaya and another any Bamiane can Ofori Atta, wouldn't be Omoye. They now went to the Eurobond market and told investors there, you know what? When we came, we inherited this income stream by FN or ESLA, the receivables. Yes, Ramo, Mumma $2 billion. Now, Mumma $2 billion now. And manager Mahama, no, say in 5 years, no. Obetua kana yenti no obe reverse emrano the FN sunshine clause ina nana ecotra investors me say oh that be me as a new president new king so 5 years no fla eso a me the 10 years back home it mo mami $2 billion menfa ESLA receivables no ye den enfantua I go say once wow. And what's our call? Get fund. And what call get fund? No say. Investors. Ghana, you will be a friend to get fund. Obi be of the call restaurant. Obi be no. You tax be a friend of VAT. 2.5% of that VAT, no, it goes into get fund. So 2.5%, no, maybe you market 60% of that receivables. It's more money bond. In what fresh bond. And you know, Nana do Bamiani Ofori Atta. That be. We do a deal on the tono. Almost fresh bond, no dachi bonds. So almost the infrastructure project within the educational sector. No, we call it $1.5 billion. If you see, you can say, you know. Some microphone now said you call that down. Investors now call that down. You say, ESLA, everybody in 10 up to 10 years. Get fund, everybody. It's no more mouse. Now with the Omaka debt exchange program. Why are you doing that? Meanwhile, every day you are receiving get fund money. Every day, better petrol, you are receiving extra money. So, even the negotiation on this domestic exchange program, no criteria. Yet your man how in another down to do a year press conference. The fellow Ghanaians, one of them, he was also their address here on the economy. In that address, okay, bravo, would your memory is very sharp, even with your advanced age. Or can say there shall not be any haircut. So it is happening. What would calculate him for as a leader? And leader, you are
me bo. Send me a bank. Most of the banks, they invest in bonds. Say na on farmer. Banks, one, they might not be able to grant loans. Two, say obisi kadaho na bank in a particular bank at their quarter bond. Or pesikano obenya. What will happen?
So we shall release now. I shall buy on now. What is two things use? One, who interest no prana at that from onya. Interest onya. Now so okay say open principal non soa. And ya dia make me anya principal ni nyina ma won ne. Nti wo hwa.
Me musa question o. Say sika no a e did that government bonds no ne ade ne e fa hin.
Oh, what I mean. Omani a bankrupt consumption. Yeah, did.
I na my musa question bi mu.
Okay.
Me makoto ebia form of a bond be a particular bank. Sa bank no ko bia nye Ghana bank. Adena sa bank no so no the caveat no from government no affect sa bank no.
Yeah, because ebia Sebio where they may just by way of example. Papo Sans Banking Limited. Principal shareholders, Sebio Americans. With Ghanaian shareholders. But or carry out the business in Ghana. Into a top government security instruments like bond or treasury bill. So even though shareholders may be foreigners, they are carrying banking business in Ghana and they are exposed to Ghanaian security instruments and America. So from that say, if you are these Tikesi and Sons, I could talk American government securities or bonds in America, that's a different ballgame. Then the American government is the one that is the purchaser of the bond. In this case, the purchaser of the bond is the government of Ghana, except that they did the purchase through Bank B or Bank C. Now, back when we did the SIR session, who be there away, sebi. Nipa de unia na yare melu miensa bi eba wakwe. Inti retired police officer at age Okono, Yamau, end of service benefit, sometimes your friend of S. Gracia, maybe 120,000 Ghana cedis. But before Obekono, now we see what Daniel Intino, what is coming in a former a particular bank, a bank, Pato of my treasure bills and money. Mr. Wu, 60 years, and a Okoto instrument. It is at the end of every 3 months, Biano, 120,000 a year principal. What such interest say? Oh, plus or minus 4,000 or 5,000 every 3 months. That 5,000 more. Why your permutation say? Who take it diabetes a grow? Who take it high blood pressure a grow? And now, arthritis, who go to do a house. If you grow up, losing the pain within your joints, and also auto will grow. Into what plan is there? That 4,000, no. Would you move 3,000 better? This is growing. Now, what they are sort of out. And now, what can I say? You now coupon one day of that show. So, say, I buy a basse. 4,000 now, oh, no, at the end of every 3 months, no. Don't mean that you can't hear them. Okay. Oh, yeah, me 120,000 now, maybe a bill, no, so, oh, yeah, financial money, or 7 million in answer, yeah, then, now, who did the SIR session? And then, who the 100,000 at the cost of buying bond, we now, the coupon rate, everything, they are buying a car with this domestic exchange program, and they say, this year, 2023, or say, interest are friend interest 0 point me now.
Okay, FM.
The principal no more 0 point me now. Or say 2024. Obet me cry na bibia mawa. Only 15% of the principal. Yo. The principal no so only 15%.
Me ba jo na dia kan wa am dey.
Only sika.
Well, yeah.
Now, brother, me say wo.
Who the law yam fair no kwansi. Who the yam fair.
Say 2025. So make it be kramawa obema 14%.
Se empo obenya bibia mawa.
Yes, empo so obenya bibia mawa 14%. Or so obenya no sa for 10 years. Brother, me said you.
It means say more Ghana ha no Ofori Atta nko mo boa.
Na unim eno plan e as a friend. Said you, me nuanum MPP for. Said you, this amanyo kwe, direct animal MPP nana. This MPP no, ajemi wate no MPP nana. Johnny Shelby no MPP ni ana. Obesa MPP no ni ana. Because MPP when you who be so down.
I'm thanks.
Make so that you can possibly take me from here. When we are buying pesticide, or using the instrument of taxation. When you say that farming, this is the first time in the history of this country since 1957. In a buying evidence, said you to bottom. Evidence, actually, move forward in excess of 100 billion Ghana cedis by way of a debt exchange program. Now, Obibeka and our lawyer, didn't you know what kind of sir? And now, Second World War, anything can move here, you know. Great Britain, a friend, a similar thing to this debt exchange program. But Great Britain, you know, they went back to the people of Britain and said, you know what? The war effort cost us so much. And because the war effort cost us so much, we are in debt. So, British people, we need your support to resolve this debt problem. On the basis of autism, the people of Great Britain agreed voluntarily to the debt exchange program.
Okay, 101.7.
Yes, before every family said, Nana the Danko Kupado, Dr. Mahmoud Bamia, and yes, Marco War, and yes, say, Yako, war be. In fact, COVID to buy, you know, only 33 to solve your COVID problem. So how in the name of God did you run this government finances down? I said, now you need Ghanaians to give you money. And what can you, they are telling general legal opinion on this matter?
No. Mami fam komo isi. Ye be sa to aso.
Mr. Wo, what are telling general legal opinion on this matter?
Was in Naka and he said, 1 year, sir.
Even the lawyer to government and took an Ofori Atta for or send the mayor.
I say, on you. I know Casabo calls or who any more want you. Oh,
in all of this, Bamia is at the middle, is at the center of this conversation. Tell you, MVP.
One your mom fan of Fro.
Okay,
what in the baby?
That family, wouldn't be.
Baby.
Okay, I say another before I know of power. Now I tell you why I know Oka. So say, Yaya Bobo do. Na Yaya Bobo do. Na it is Picasso in your play. Na a young man will mean tea and a Ghana for a day.
Okay.
I said it. What I will best say Ghana for the chopper from Southern will say, the Ghana for Emma to me, now when you're to me, you protect the public pay. In the Ghana for saying, look, back on the minute lawyer, senior lawyer, one will say a lawyer, there's nothing like pension. A master, and no better case. If you are 3 months and so better your case. It is senior lawyers, if you are lawyers, you may come out about real lawyers. Because of the night I just spending reading and others. From the 15 going to 6 years more. You read back for me, I think it counts. If you hear the other Kakra, I thought treasure bills Kakra. You hear the Kakra, I thought treasure bills Kakra. But in your old age, you can fall on it as a way of pension. That's funny. A buying, now the down to people are no, so you're lawyer. And that ordinance, and you're too certificate. Now, who can say in 10 years' time, a lawyer near where this is 10 years, only 10 years, they can or 17 years. What is the possibility that by that 10 years you'll be there?
No, what do you say?
Okay, FM.
No, when you tell Kwan, yes. And what the year, what would you put in year? And then so yet, a crana, yet they check the half far. And also don't say so. And a black. Yes, you say, oh, another personal number. I'm afraid who won't tell me about what you're saying.
What?
Now, on the Pamia, she almost a week.
Adabraka. When I say I no pay. Lawyer Gordon Edudzie Tamakloe and anything was 1.7 so in now.
Okay, FM. 101.7.